I've been stacking physical gold and silver for a couple years now. It was hit and miss in the beginning, but for the past year or so, my stack has grown pretty consistently. Every once in a while, I'll see a YouTube video or a news article and think to myself, gold and silver are gonna shoot up in price any day now, but it never does. Sure, we see spot prices pop up then settle back down, and yes, premiums are always there. But you would think by the way that many authority figures in our stacking community speak about prices of both gold and silver, we would have seen crazy high prices by now. After all, these men and women that we all listen to have been saying the same thing for years now. As stackers and savers, we've been reading their books, listening to their content, and attending their events. They talk about inflation, reserve currencies, CBDCs, and the general health of our fractional reserve debt-based monetary system. And to their credit, they've been right about almost everything except metal prices. What the heck's going on here? If all these conditions that favor high metal prices are met, why haven't we seen soaring prices yet? Are the haters right? Are both gold and silver a relic of the past? Are we being played by clever marketing by bullion dealers? I don't think so. But before I give my opinion on what's going on with prices, I want to share my perspective on a couple ideas. Think about this. In our community, we have conversations about how weak the dollar is every other day. We also get a healthy dose of news about commodity prices in general. However, outside of our community, I for one rarely hear conversations about money, with the exception of the occasional grumble about how high housing and car prices are. People feel rising prices in their bank accounts every time they visit the grocery store and pick up their milk and eggs. Allow me to add more context. Outside of our community, how often do you hear about the strength of USD? Current potential reserve currencies, CBDCs, and gold and silver relative to conversations about AI, political bickering, problems at work, and meaningless celebrity gossip. The truth is, our money problems are bad, but not bad enough. The public is simply too distracted to pay attention to the crisis brewing. Hey, don't forget, I'm hosting an American Silver Eagle giveaway right now. Don't wait. This giveaway ends at 12 p.m. Central today. Click the link in the pinned comment to learn how to enter this contest for your chance to win free silver. I'll see you over there right after this video. We all know the fact that no currency in human history has stood the test of time, but some currencies have more stay power than others. This is especially true when the current reserve currency is tied to every other currency on the planet, and the Federal Reserve just prints its way out of seemingly any problem. And you know the media is more than willing to cover up loose ends that might lead to unfavorable press. As weak as the dollar is compared to past decades, and as inflation begins to ramp up, the fact is, it is in these bankers and political figures' best interest to ride out the dollar for as long as possible. It is true that the dollar has no choice but to lose value over time. But don't for a second think that these politicians and bankers will give up when the going gets tough. These guys are crafty and have more tricks up their sleeve to keep the public pacified and the dollar limping along. So why do I believe that gold and silver prices have not shot up yet? Here's my theory. I think all of us in the stacking community are simply too close to the action. Don't forget, America has had many central banks over hundreds of years. It may seem like only a couple paragraphs in a textbook, but to the people living through these events, it took years and years for currencies to come and go. The fact is, we live in a world where immediate gratification is the norm. It's true, Some of the gold and silver gurus have been saying the same thing for decades now. But to the people living in the future, it will be a footnote in the history we are living through right now. It really is up to us. We need to help our friends and family understand the difference between money and currency. It's our responsibility to help them see the benefits of stacking gold and silver. I know that some of these topics can be difficult to talk about. If you need help finding a good place to start this sort of conversation, share this video with a friend or family member. This short video discusses the difference between money and currency. See you there.